wanted to ask you, it's sort of stunning that both of you have cases against that involved political operatives. And in your case, it was, Assembly Speaker Scott Jensen. He got the misdemeanor rather than the felony. I know you answered this before, but why do you believe that was the best resolution of the case? I mean, he's still, even though he's not in elective office, he's still on the fringes of politics. Is that really a good thing?
Well, how do you ever prohibit someone from being on the fringes of politics? We have First Amendment rights to participate in the political process, no matter what your circumstances are. Even prison inmates can't vote, but they still have freedom of speech. So the original case, this had all begun. This was almost a decade old by the time it came to my office from the beginning of that case. In the original trial, the court concluded that it was mishandled, and the convictions were thrown out. So when it came to me, the only thing left was the misdemeanor that Mr. Jensen didn't appeal. We secured additional convictions that resulted in a prohibition from him ever holding office or running for office again. He repaid the state of Wisconsin for the enormous legal fees that we had originally fronted to him, and that's what our law provides. And he paid a hefty election fine. His family spent nearly 10 years waiting for resolution of this. The caucus scandal that began all of this, well, that was resolved. That was remedied long before the case ever came to my office. We got rid of, as a system, we got rid of that whole caucus system, which was a terrible idea. So all of the problems that were left as a result of this were resolved. And when in a new trial, we would have faced a very different set of circumstances because, as the appellate court said, Mr. Jensen would be entitled to bring in evidence about what the other side was doing and not doing, because the whole issue was about whether you were gaining a dishonest and unfair advantage over your opposition. And no one, the jury would have been left to wonder why no one from the Democrat side in the Assembly was ever prosecuted.
So this process, as you said, went 10 years, but it's not
or nearly that, yeah.
But it wasn't the prosecutor's fault that it went 10 years. Representative Jensen filed appeal after appeal after appeal, and by settling it with a misdemeanor, did you not reward him for dragging out the process?
Well, any defendant who's accused of a crime has a right to appeal their cases. And you know what? I have murderers who have appealed their cases for many, many years, and victims are frustrated by that. But that is their right. And why would Mr. Jensen have any less right than any other criminal defendant? I'm not going to hold against him exercising a right that belongs to him.